Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for 2025. In your first row here, we are going to look at how you are entering into 2025. You have this Chop Wood card and this Chaos and Conflict card. So you could be feeling chaos or conflict, but you do have the Chop Wood card kind of says that you are focusing on work. And here you go. You have the Eight of Pentacles, which also says that you are focusing on work or getting to work. And like I said, that Chop Wood card definitely would represent that. The reading looks pretty good, so I would say that maybe you're leaving behind chaos and conflict, or you are leaving behind some challenges with that chaos and conflict card. So obviously that would be a good thing if you are. But, again, the Chop Wood card was saying to me basically that you could be burying yourself in work if you are dealing with chaos and conflict in your life. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing either. I mean, you could just be trying to avoid, some sort of chaotic situation. And, again, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. You start with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, of course, is a card of your community or spending time with people who kind of like matter to you. And I mean, we're in the holiday season, so it makes sense. Even as we enter into the year, you could still be spending time with family or friends or people who matter. These three ladies are celebrating a harvest, and a lot of you, it does, as usual, Libra, can't make this up. We go down to the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles says, "Is the juice worth the squeeze?" It's like, you've been getting this card all year with me, Seven of Pentacles, and I really feel that this is saying that you have been looking at results or the results that you're receiving for the work that you do. So even though those ladies are celebrating on the Three of Cups, again, you might decide that the results you're getting are not enough. And, again, we're going to clarify the whole reading, so we'll look into it. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, of course, could be a knight in shining armor. There's a little bit of love here. So if you do want love, could be a person. But with the Star card, which you have in your next row, the Knight of Cups can sometimes more represent something you're imagining or something that you're dreaming of accomplishing or having in your life. So, it kind of looks to me like you have big dreams, or you are feeling, well, I am going to say this. I feel like you're feeling pressure. It's not a bad reading at all. There's definitely very good cards here. I just feel that you could be feeling pressure, like as in where you are at in your life. That type of pressure, as in you could be saying to yourself like, oh, I'm whatever age you are, and I've only accomplished these things, and there's so much more I want to do. That's kind of like the feeling that I get here off the Knight of Cups. And maybe that's where that chaos and conflict card is coming in, is that you could be saying to yourself like, oh, that card is card number 33, so we'll go for it. And so maybe you're saying to yourself like, I'm 33 and I haven't accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. And I think the Knight of Cups is saying that you're digging deeper into your dreams or into the things that you want to have in your life, and you're trying to create them. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, I think you are very busy because we even go up to the Ten of Wands here. Personally, I like the Ten of Wands because he's about to accomplish his goal. He's about to, finish his long journey. He planted those wands. Those wands represent his harvest. When he gets to his home, that's when he is having a harvest. So, like I said, I think that you are hard at work, or, maybe you're just more focused on work and the work that you do at this time. So, that's that. Let's see. With the Three of Cups, you have the Hangman. You start and end with the Hangman, so we have him here and here. The Hangman is about gaining enlightenment. I've seen a lot of Hangman energy in this set of readings that I'm doing. I am going to do another set of 2025 readings with more information, different, we're going to make them a little bit different. But pretty much everyone has had that. Now, what I will say also is I do think that 2025 is a year of more clarity. It's still not perfect, but I think that people will have more clarity on what they're, trying to accomplish or the direction they're going in life. And the Hangman could definitely be clarity. His head is glowing. He's gained enlightenment. With the Nine of Swords, like I said, pressure. I was feeling some sort of pressure on that Knight of Cups, as in, like, you don't have the things that you want. And again, it's funny that I said that, because Nine of Swords basically says every day is the same. And, maybe that's the pressure that you are feeling. It's kind of like Groundhog's Day, right? It's like maybe you're looking at your life and you're saying to yourself that everything has been the same and is the same as it has been for years. And, again, I definitely feel, I don't feel too bad about this Nine of Swords in your reading. I just feel that you feel like you've been on a treadmill for a very long period of time and you're not actually moving forward. And like I said, this is probably not a bad thing. When we recognize that, we can change it. So, I kind of feel like you are looking to change, to get off the treadmill. It's like now you're ready to go run a 5K or whatever. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups again. If you do want love, I think that you have to make time for it. Eight of Pentacles could say you're very focused on work. But if you want love, he kind of needs to look up from those 8 pentacles that he's working on, and he needs to kind of put things into perspective. And now we have the Hangman twice. And so the 8 of Pentacles to me can be a perspective card. Let me go back to this. Maybe he needs to take a step back and look at everything he's accomplished. And you have the Star card, which is also a perspective card because the star can represent getting a bird's eye view. Sometimes I think, Eight of Pentacles, very good card. It can represent material success on the horizon or more money coming in the future. And so there definitely could be more opportunity coming in for you, or, you could be getting results for the work you've already done with the Eight of Pentacles. But sometimes I think he needs to take a step back and look at everything he's accomplished and kind of pat himself on the back. He has accomplished a lot. And if he sees what he has accomplished, it makes whatever he's about to do much more possible. So, the Star kind of tells me, and the Knight of Cups also tells me twice, that you might have some bigger dreams, but you might be thinking that it's going to be a lot of work, or you might be thinking that it's going to be super hard for you to accomplish something that is hard. But I think if you put it into perspective and you see everything you've accomplished, it will make it much more possible. You have this moon. What are we doing next? We are looking at, I already forgot. We are looking at what you're leaving behind in 2024. And you have this support card and this truth card. I don't think you're necessarily like leaving behind support. It's kind of funny because a lot of people have had similar messages like this as well in the area of what they're leaving behind. And a lot of people had things about leaving behind people. Now, I don't think we're like cutting people out because they're toxic or anything like that. I think that really what it is the Hierophant right here. And I also think that it is Neptune and Pisces. Neptune leaves Pisces at the end of 2025, really like 2026. And right at the beginning of 2026 is what I'm saying. And so Neptune and Pisces is kind of like your traditional beliefs. The Hierophant is traditional beliefs. You have the Hangman, which is Pisces, twice showing up in your reading. But it could be talking about that Neptune and Pisces energy, because Neptune and Pisces just asks why. Like, as far as the things that you believe in life, like it says, like, why have you always believed that the sky is blue and the ground is green? Like, why? And I don't know. There's really no answer to the question, right? But the whole point is that we could be changing certain belief systems, and I do think that this could be having us leaving groups that we belong to just because we don't believe it anymore, or whatever. And again, it's not like a bad thing; it just is. You have the Star, the 10 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. Again, we're looking at what you're leaving behind, and the Star, could say that you are leaving behind just looking at something. The Star is about having a North Star and looking at this star so that you can, it's basically your guiding light in life. And I think a lot of you might be getting out of the pool here and you're not like wishing for things anymore. I think you're taking action. You're making things happen. And obviously that would be a good thing. Again, there's this bird here. It represents an ibis, which is like the bird of knowledge and wisdom. And so a lot of you could be getting a bird's eye view, or like a change in your perspective could be helping you to move closer to the star. And that's exactly what I would do, period. You have the 10 of Wands. I kind of feel like you're leaving behind hard work for hard work's sake. He's working hard because he thinks he needs to work hard. But is he getting a result? Well, he doesn't know until he gets to his home here. And sometimes I feel like the 10 of Wands is just doing hard work because everybody thinks that they have to work hard, right? So the 10 of Wands doesn't say you're going to stop working hard. It just says that with the 7 of Pentacles, I kind of have a feeling that all year you've been looking at the work you're doing and you're saying, like, this work is worth it, this other work is not worth it, and you're just probably putting more energy into the work that actually produces a result. You still might be working hard, but I think there's nothing wrong with working hard if you're getting a good result for it. I think hard work is only a problem if you're getting nothing for it. And the 10 of Wands, I feel, is saying you're being much more specific about like what result you get. And the 7 of Pentacles has been saying that to you all year here, Libra. You have the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is like success or victory. Again, there is an element of fighting with the 6 of Wands. So the 6 of Wands, he's being celebrated because he's coming back from war and he has had a victory. But again, he had to go through difficult things to get this victory. But I really get this energy in your reading about like no longer fighting for things. And, I think you're being much more thoughtful about your accomplishments. Like you're saying to yourself, like, I'm not going to fight for things. I'm going to allow things into my life. So it's like a much better, I think it's a much better perspective to come from. With the star, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is like childlike energy. I kind of feel like you're taking bigger risks, which is interesting as well. These two children are being protected. They are inside these castle walls, and they also have this guard over here who's protecting them. And it's not that you're like removing your protection from yourself, but I feel maybe you've been a little bit overprotective of the things that you work on, and you could just be taking bigger risk with that. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Again, I think you're no longer... it's very clear to me that right here, this is saying you're no longer forcing things. So, maybe that's a simpler way to describe the energy for you, Libra. It's like you're no longer entering into anything, work, business, love, health, whatever, where you have to like force it to work, which is good. Like I said, I think that it's almost like you're stepping into Empress mode, right? You're getting into an energy where you are more in receptive mode. With the Six of Wands, you have the Moon. The Moon is a lack of clarity. Again, another really good card to have in the energy that you are leaving behind in 2024. The Moon is fears, fantasies, illusions, secrets, not being able to see your journey clearly. And like I said at the beginning of the reading, it seems to me like you are getting a lot of clarity here, which is good. Next, in the area of, what are we doing? The best energy to work with in 2024. You have this Wealth of Knowledge card. It says, connect to the knowledge in your soul to teach and help heal the world. Star, with a bird's eye view, bird of knowledge and wisdom. So definitely using your knowledge to be successful. You have this angels are watching. It says, there's nothing to worry about. Angels are watching over you. Yeah, if you're worried with that Nine of Swords, I feel like this is saying that you are protected. Your first card is the Hierophant. You also have the Justice card and the Seven of Pentacles. The Hierophant says that the energy that you could be working with here is knowledge. He is a teacher. He is kind of teaching these two people his belief system. And so, like that card said, what did this card say? I already forgot. It says, connect to your knowledge to help and teach others and heal the world. So a lot of you could be kind of like teaching the world things. Makes sense to me that the air signs, are getting messages like this. With Pluto and Aquarius, I believe the best thing we can do during Pluto and Aquarius is to be an example to other people. So basically, it says that you have to be the star. So, and you don't have to do anything other than live your life, right? So you're not actually teaching people directly. You are just being an example. And I keep saying, like, one of the best things we can do during Pluto in Aquarius is just be an example for other people. You have the Justice card, and this just says you. I think that, whenever you show up as yourself, especially the Major Arcana version of yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength, allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I think you're coming up in a strong position. Again, this is the part of the reading where we are looking at the best energy that you can work with in 2025. And clearly just working with your own energy is going to be good. You have the Seven of Pentacles, so apparently this is just going to continue, the Seven of Pentacles thing through 2025. Seven of Pentacles, again, is all about looking at the work you do and weighing up the options, with the Justice card saying, like, is this worth it or not? So I think a lot of you are just really in your own energy because, Seven of Pentacles, I think with the Justice card, you will be good at saying, like, with everything you do. I'm speaking very generally because I literally feel it's every activity, every little energy that you work with. I think you're going to be very good at telling, like, this works, this doesn't, and just keep doing what works with that Seven of Pentacles. And I think, that will probably be the best thing for you. With the Hierophant, you have the Nine of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy. We're almost there. We were talking about being in receptive mode. So I definitely, even though this isn't the Empress, I really feel just being willing to receive is going to be very good for you. I also think that focusing with the Nine of Pentacles is going to be very important for you as well. She's training her focus with this Falcon here. So, like, I think it would be a really good year for you to, like, pick one thing to accomplish with the Star card especially, and, like, really make it happen. Like, pick one thing, pick an activity that you're going to do to make it happen, and then go from there, right? So I think that's really what you should be doing with the Nine of Pentacles. That's exactly what I would do. With the Justice card, you have the Judgment card. This could be a judgment, if you are dealing with something legal, or if you're dealing with something, like a challenge, you could be receiving a judgment. This could also be you waking up to your true purpose because it's showing up on you, the Justice card, and the Judgment card. These people are being called out of these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And so there could be like a new opportunity or, there could be more growth opportunities for you with the Judgment card. And that's exactly what I would work on here with Judgment is, looking into new options or new opportunities or kind of moving closer to your purpose. I kind of feel like this reading is a little bit saying that you're discovering like your true purpose because we go Star down to Judgment to the Hangman. It's like you're finally gaining the perspective on what your purpose is. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about matching energy. You're about the 10th sign, probably, that has had this in this exact row right here, Libra. So clearly it's a good year for manifestation. The story of the Nine of Cups is that he's about to have a feast, and he looks chubby on the card because he has had a feast before. The card itself basically says for us to have something, we have to have had it before. And people always say, how is that possible? And really, we just have to match the energy of what we want. And that's exactly what I would do there with the Nine of Cups. You actually have 3 cards here in the area of the good stuff. You have this card that says it's time to take action. Definitely seems to be a more action-oriented year, which you would think that, 2024 was an 8 year. And I thought, personally, one thing I got wrong in 2024 is the whole action thing. Like I thought it was going to be a more action-taking year because it was an 8 year. But, it seems to me like 2025 maybe is like a little bit more of an action-taking year. You also have this card that says take time to breathe out, and you have this card that says you're very close to achieving your goal, which, yes, 10 of Wands definitely says you are very close to achieving your goal. So you could really be, accomplishing a lot or manifesting a lot at this time. You have the Magician, the King of Cups, and the Hangman. The Magician is about manifesting, right? So I think that would be a great time for you to manifest, great time to match the energy of what you want, and then you will receive it. He's also, the other thing about him is that he has these flowers in front of him, and so he knows that the best energy to manifest from is the energy of love, and not as in a person, but as in just the energy. And so I think that definitely popped into my head here. It's not something I normally think about, but there you go. He's also, we're gonna say he's pointing to this card here, and this card says Web of Creation. It says be aware of what you're weaving in your life to create better experiences. That makes a lot of sense. The Hangman, he has this snake wrapped around his waist here, and it represents reinvention. So with this card here, it's like maybe there are changes to your story that you have to make so that you can manifest what you want. We have the King of Cups. Again, another good card for manifesting from the perspective of emotions. He has explored his emotions to a very deep level, the King of Cups, and he uses his emotions to get what he wants. So he understands how he feels about pretty much everything in his life, and he uses his good emotions to manifest. So I think that would be a good idea for you. Definitely a little bit of love in this reading as well. They're showing up as a water sign. I really feel it could be any sign that's coming in for you, Libra, and I don't really feel it is water. I think that, it could be a person who comes off as a water sign, or, maybe it's a person who's like very intuitive, or maybe it's just a person who's, very connected emotionally, but I do feel you could be attracting love. You also have the Hangman, so it kind of gives me the feelings of like the perspective you've been waiting for. If you've been waiting to, for like an answer, I think that some of you could be getting an answer right at the beginning of the year as well. We don't really clear all this retrograde energy until like April 30th. Mars retrograde, the Mars retrograde shadow ends on like April 30th. So, I think that's the last day of the shadow. So, in Mars, like when it's kind of like slow to get started when it starts moving forward. I'm pretty sure Mars starts moving forward on February 23rd. We're about to end the Mercury retrograde, thank God. Today's December 8th. It ends on the 15th. But, when we have all these retrogrades and, I think, but, the good news where I was going with this is that I think this set of retrogrades is really bringing us the answers we need so that you could, I would write down all your ideas and, because they could hold answers that will help you progress in 2025. With the Magician, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about following your inspirations. I have found that really, since I started following my inspirations, that is really where my manifestations come true. And so I think for a lot of you, this is about listening to that inner voice that is guiding you and pushing you to follow your inspirations. With the King of Cups, you have the King of Swords. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's a water sign. I think it could be an air sign. I also, you have like no fire here except for that Queen of Wands, but I also think it could be a fire sign. That's what I feel intuitively that you're attracting. It could be someone who's older than you with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is also a card of knowledge and wisdom, which has come up about 30 times in your reading. So I think using the things you have learned is going to be important. With the Hangman, here you go. You have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords says if you have been feeling stuck in 2024, that you could be getting the answers you need to set yourself free, and which is great. And I definitely feel you could be setting yourself free in 2025. You have this romance card. Definitely could be love coming in for you. We saw it, so I think it could be a good year for love. Again, if you want it. I kind of feel like this is like someone is what I would say. And next, you have this flattery card. I feel like this is someone, for some of you, this could be someone who's already been flirting with you, or, maybe you've been flirting with the idea of being with this person as well, which is pretty interesting, but definitely could be love coming in for you. Next, you have this originality card. Yes, during Pluto and Aquarius for the next 19 years and something months, any original ideas are going to be very successful for you. But again, you don't have to wait 19 years. So I would use those ideas right now. You will get the benefits of your original, unique plans, goals, wishes, whatever, right now. So definitely an original time. You have this revenge card, King of Swords. King of Swords coming up in the good stuff, but King of Swords is definitely a revenge card. So I would just avoid people who want revenge, and if you want revenge, I would avoid that energy as well. And finally, you have this excitement card. Yeah, probably a million reasons to be excited for this year. It looks like a really good year for you, Libra. I like it a lot. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your year.